Griggstown Chicken Channel.
Griggstown Chicken Channel.
Welcome to Griggstown Chicken Channel. Welcome to Griggstown Quail Farm and Market. This is our second Chicken Channel show, and I looked at the calendar today, we're almost out of winter. But we've got a hold of a special chef, a friend of mine, Matt from Matt's Red Rooster, and he's going to do probably a winter recipe, and that'll be the last one until 15 days from now when spring comes.
My name is Matthew McPherson. I'm the chef owner of Matt's Red Rooster Grill, located in Flemington, New Jersey, and I'm happy to be here playing in someone else's kitchen, making a mess so I don't have to clean it up. Chicken and waffles. We have done probably about 10 different variations with it since our menu's seasonal, and we're constantly changing it. Tonight what I'm going to demo is a scallion waffle with pulled Griggstown chicken and a maple butter with a little apple arugula salad to go with it. This is a basic ratio of what we use when we brine our Griggstown turkeys come the holidays to all our chicken. Brining is a great way to add flavor and retain some of the moisture in the meat when cooking it various ways. So what we do here is we start out with 2 gallons of water. We take a cup and a half of salt, a cup and a half of sugar. We mix this up. Another trick is you can heat this up to dissolve it and then cool it back down. And then we like to add some fresh thyme and give it a quick little rough chop. Now the good thing about this basic ratio of 2 gallons to a cup and a half of salt and a cup and a half of sugar is that's just the base. You can go anywhere from that. We like to put some garlic in this one. Gives it a little bit extra flavor. And when I say changing it around, one of the things that we can do, some cracked black pepper, is if we're going for a citrus theme, we can incorporate some orange, or what we can do is cut back some of the water and add more orange juice. So we could take out 4 cups of the water and add 4 cups of orange juice. Or another way that we do it is we'll add apple cider. And what that does is it changes the flavor profile of the brine and to help you with the end result of what you're looking for, what's your end product going to be. During the holidays when we do the turkeys, we go with a little bit more of the apple, and we actually put a little bit of cinnamon in there just to give it a little bit of a different flavor. So from that point, we have our brine. Now we're going to put our chickens in there. You want to see me open it and do this, or just let me?
Yeah, it's very great.
So we'd like to take our chickens and make sure they're fully submerged. Even if need be, put some of that fresh thyme and garlic inside. And then we like to let this brine for at least 4 hours. So one thing I will say is if you're running late and you forget about it and it goes on beyond 4 hours, is a little trick is when you take it out of the brine after the 4 hours is to actually rinse it off, because what that'll do is it'll take off the residual salt and sugar and won't make the product too salty. So this is a way of helping you out if you happen to forget about it and you want to get it, you let it sit in the brine a little bit too long. That's what I would recommend. I really wouldn't go more than 6 hours because it's going to take on too much of a salty flavor and it's going to take away from the great job that Griggstown did raising this chicken. Brined our chicken. It was in the brine for 4 hours. Now it comes time to cook it. One of the biggest questions I get with people is how not to overcook a chicken. And it takes a lot of time and practice to not overcook it. We all know if you undercook it by 5 minutes, it's, you know, you used to have to reheat it back up. Or if you overcook it by 5 minutes, it really could start to dry out. And this process of cooking it this way is a great way of almost being bulletproof. This is what we do at the restaurant, is we take our brine chicken, we put it in a stock pot, we add a, make this look nice. After we put the chicken in the pot, we add a mirepoix. A mirepoix is a classic mixture of onions, carrots, and celery. So essentially what we're doing here is we're making a chicken stock and pulled chicken. So by having the brine chicken with some aromatic vegetables, put some thyme in here, a couple cracks of some black peppercorns. I don't put salt in it this time since we have brined the chicken and we don't want to have it over seasoned. We can always add a little bit of salt at the end. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cover this with water and we're going to cook it.
Special meal. For a limited time, the Griggstown Farm Kitchen is offering our version of pulled chicken with mashed potatoes and vegetables, as taught by Matt McPherson of Matt's Red Rooster Grill. Order your servings at 908-359-5218 extension 2. Call us and place your order before Tuesday, March 28th for pickup on Saturday, April 1st and Sunday, April 2nd. Call us at 908-359-5218 extension 2.
Result of the pulled chicken, and one of the things I can't emphasize enough is that once you cook the chicken in the stock pot, one of the things we do is we leave that chicken in that stock for a minimum 12 hours, if not 24 hours. And what happens is that chicken meat acts like a sponge and it just soaks back up all that flavor it just put out in that stock. Another thing you can do is you literally just pull it apart like this. This is why they kind of call it pulled chicken. So what we do is we literally just pull the meat apart, and I can feel how moist it is because we've left it in that stock for over 12 hours. So now we're going to saute this up. A little butter. Get those nice golden crispy pieces here. Really adds a lot of great flavor. When I was 12 years old, one of my very first jobs was picking strawberries. From that point forward, I just really found a passion for the farm and the food, and really wanted to push the culinary aspect of it. Actually, when I was 16, I started a catering business, and the funny part about it was my father would have to drive me to the store to get product, and then drive me to the client's house to actually prepare the stuff, and then pick me up. I wasn't even old enough to drive. So I've kind of been into this for a while. After high school, I decided to go on to culinary school. I went to the CIA, the Culinary Institute of America, and got a bachelor's degree in restaurant management. From there, I had the fortune of traveling around a little bit. Got to work in the Florida Keys, worked at the Sea Grill, which is the restaurant which is level with the ice skating ring in Rockefeller Center, which was an awesome experience, being in the middle of the heart of Manhattan and being able to do various size parties and dealing with different likes and dislikes really taught me a different way of looking at food. And being right there in the middle of Manhattan, how we really had the pick of the crops, being so far away from farms, but the connections that were formed dealing with local farms outside of Manhattan really started to hone in the whole farm to table aspect of cooking for me. From there, I traveled out to Arizona, opened a spa out there, was with a team as a spa chef, opened a restaurant out there within a resort, which was a great experience. Came back home to my hometown. Flemington is actually my hometown. Quick little quirky story, when we bought the restaurant, we found the old knob and tube wire electric panel, and it was dated 1907, and this was 2004 when we bought the place. But the unique part was the signature under it was John B. McPherson, which was my great-grandfather, had did the original electric work in that restaurant that we're about ready to start. So it's kind of like a little omen that someone was watching over us. And we've been going gangbusters ever since then. And this year is actually the year of the Rooster, the Chinese New Year, so we're going to take full advantage of that this year. Is the waffle. And the waffle mix is something that is a personal preference. The one thing I will say is that we always use Griggstown eggs in our waffle mix. We've done different variations of this where we've added we've used a sweet potato flour where we've actually made a sweet potato waffle. We've done rice flour where we could make a gluten-free waffle. And I've told people if you like Bisquick, make a Bisquick waffle. It's really up to you, your personal preference and what you like. Our ratio that we use is 2 Griggstown eggs, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 3/4 cup of milk, a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. We use a tablespoon of brown sugar instead of white sugar. I feel like it gives it a little bit more flavor. 4 teaspoons of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and for this particular variation what we're going to do is we're going to actually add scallions, or green onions. So we're going to make a scallion waffle. So in doing this, what we like to do is actually, when we slice them, is to slice them fairly thin. So when it's cooking in the waffle iron, it doesn't get caught up on the edges. And then we'll add that to our waffle mix. Mix that in there. We have our waffle iron preheating. One thing that we do like to do also is pre-mix this and let this sit for at least 15 to 20 minutes. It kind of gives a chance for everything to react and makes a much more fluffier waffle. Nice golden brown. Pull that off. Serve with the chicken waffle when we put it on our menu is a little bit of a salad that goes with it. And right now we have some Honeycrisp apples, and what we like to do is cut these into thin little strips. And we make a little apple arugula salad that will go on the plate with the chicken and waffles. So we add a little bit of salt, a little bit of cracked black pepper, and a little bit of fresh lemon juice. So the little trick is usually roll it before we squeeze it. It kind of loosens it up a little bit. And just strain it through your God-given strainer right there. And a little lemon juice in there. Some extra virgin olive oil. Some baby arugula. And then we mix this together. This is a very light and refreshing salad that goes with the richness of the waffle and the chicken and the maple butter. Is we do a wedge of the waffle. Put that there. We take some of the pulled chicken, put that right on top. Nice and crispy. Then we like to put a little bit of the salad off to the side. And the last thing we'd like to put is our maple butter, which is butter that has been whipped up with some maple syrup. Gives it a little bit of that butter creaminess to mix in with the chicken. So what you have here is our chicken waffles, which we feature on our menu with the apple arugula salad with a lemon olive oil and the Griggstown pulled chicken maple butter. What we have here is a different variation utilizing the pulled chicken. We have some Yukon Gold mashed potatoes. We've taken that pulled chicken and sauteed it with a little bit of arugula, salt and pepper, and then we're going to finish it with some lightly sauteed bell peppers and sweet onions.
Special meal. For a limited time, the Griggstown Farm Kitchen is offering our version of pulled chicken with mashed potatoes and vegetables, as taught by Matt McPherson of Matt's Red Rooster Grill. Order your servings at 908-359-5218 extension 2. Call us and place your order before Tuesday, March 28th for pickup on Saturday, April 1st and Sunday, April 2nd. Call us at 908-359-5218 extension 2.
Griggstown Chicken Channel.
Griggstown Chicken Channel.